Salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and here we go with another weekly haul, weekly review video, starting with the books, some of the books that I picked up last week. We're going to get these out of the way right now. First off, we're going to talk about Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2, number 3. I think there's another 5-issue miniseries. Not really a whole lot to say about this book other than if you're a Godzilla fan and you're a Power Rangers fan, you're going to love this. These miniseries are a lot of fun. They really do a good job with really sort of giving respect to both the franchises is what I want to say. They give enough room for each franchises. They intermingle them very well. This new series here, you've got, Godzilla and also other monsters from the Godzilla universe intermingling with Power Rangers and Psycho Rangers. At the end of this issue, you have the Power Rangers sort of mixing, like Rodan, Mothra, Baragon, Anguirus, mixing them with Zords. So the fight keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2, number 3 was a fun book. The next one that I do want to talk about is another Godzilla book. It's the Godzilla Here There Be Dragons 2, Son of Giants, number 1. I believe it's going to be another 5-issue miniseries, but this is another one of those books it's really interesting. It's almost like they're trying to sort of emulate the storytelling style of Godzilla -1, where they're focusing more on the human characters and trying to fully flesh them out. You have a legend of this sword that was created back on samurai times that could actually hurt Godzilla, and the sword ends up in this cult who uses Godzilla and the other kaiju to sort of protect them and to protect their interests in the world. I'm not really sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing yet. Again, it's just the first issue, so we don't really know too much about this cult. There's also a Godzilla coin, which is kind of cool. It'd be kind of neat if they would make that in real life. But you've got all these elements going on all at once, and it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. The last book that I want to talk about that I picked up last week was Void Rivals number 10. Now this series is getting really interesting. For the first 9 issues, you had every issue kind of became a question of which Cybertronian, which Transformer, which Autobot or Decepticon or a peripheral character from the Transformers franchise is going to show up in this series. Now we had Springer, first appearance of the Transformers, the movie, show up in the Void Rivals series. Through him, we're sort of expanding on some of the ideas of this series. The biggest idea being that the humanoid characters in this are somewhat Cybertronian in origin, and those little crystals they have are energon ports that Springer was actually able to use to fully cure and heal one of the main characters in the series. And I always say main characters because, while I'm enjoying the series, the characters really haven't, our 2 main characters really haven't done anything that made them stand out to me. I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying the book. I'm enjoying the series. Don't get me wrong. It's just the characters haven't really jumped out at me yet, but it's still a really fun series. And it's nice to see this series actually become more intertwined with Cybertron and the Transformers mythos. I'm really curious to see how that's going to translate into Cobra and G.I. Joe, because these guys are way on the other side of the universe, presumably far away from Earth, while G.I. Joe and Cobra are based on Earth. But those are the books that I picked up last week that I wanted to talk about. So these are the books that I picked up this week, starting with finally getting the final issue of Garbage Pail Kids Trashing Through Time, issue 5. And yeah, these all came polybagged, and yes, they came polybagged because they all come with these cards, these little trading cards. But I open them up. I don't do polybagged books anymore, and I'm beyond the need of, if you have a polybag book, you buy one to open and read and one to keep in the polybag. I'm beyond that. I don't care anymore. They're going to come polybagged. I'm going to just buy one, and I'm going to open it. I'm going to enjoy it and read the book. So there's that one. I grabbed this regular cover here. And as has become sort of a tradition with this series, I grabbed the trading card variant. We got Mad Mike here. I love that one. I think he's a first or second series kid. Moving on, Going back to the Energon universe, Scarlet #2. Now, I did reread the first issue, and while I'm still really enjoying it, I'm hoping this issue kind of fleshes out the characters a little bit more and kind of gives us, more to grab onto to fully enjoy these characters. I know the writer isn't known for writing really, stuff like this. I think this is a little bit out of the wheelhouse for Kelly Thompson, but hopefully she can pull it together. Got 5 issues. It's got plenty. To me, 5 issues is plenty of room to maneuver in and stretch around and get her footing in, especially the character that has been around for decades now. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Issue 7 of 12 of Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. Still really enjoying reading this as a monthly comic book. I could not read this as a trade, but I am enjoying reading this as a monthly comic. And the last regular book that I picked up this week's Barbaric Born in Blood #2. I think this is a 3-issue miniseries, 3 or 4 issues. But we got a crossover coming up with another character called Deathstalker or something like that. A character I'm not really at all familiar with, but there's a crossover. Barbaric, the characters from Barbaric are going to be in it, so I'm going to check it out. I think I've already got it on my pull list. It's just a one shot, so but there you go, Barbaric. Still very much enjoying that. And the last one that I picked up this week, this actually was released last week. I didn't have enough money on my credit at my LCS, so I had to hold off 1 week. But this is Crime Suspense Stories, EC Archives Crime Suspense Stories Volume 2. And this collects Crime Suspense Stories issues 7 through 12. So there you go. And I remember getting this one as a reprint back in the day. And actually, looking at the back here, I remember getting that one as a reprint. I think this one was done when Gladstone was doing the EC reprints, which is my introduction to EC Comics. These horrible reprints that they did, but they would do them as double, sort of like how Marvel Comics Presents used to be, where you'd have one book on one side and one book on the other side. It's sort of a flip book format. And they paired Crime Suspense Stories up with Tales from a Crypt, I believe. And this was one of the issues that they had. So it was one of my first issues of Crime Suspense Stories I ever read. So there is that. And of course, this week's poster is Ghost Rider Final Vengeance. Yeah, cover, Greg Capullo's cover for the first issue of that series. The series I'm not reading. I've pretty much bailed on Ghost Rider because there's just too much going on that is really taking the character away from this core concept, and I just can't get into it anymore. Although there is a Spirit of Vengeance or Spirits of Vengeance. I think it might be a one-shot coming up that's going to actually have vengeance in it. Unfortunately, it's got Robbie Reyes and some of the female Ghost Rider characters I don't care about, and I really wish didn't exist at all. They're going to be in it, but I think Danny Ketch, Johnny Blaze, and Vengeance are all going to be in it, so I might pick it up for them. It's got a sweet cover. I think they're doing a poster for that, so I ordered the poster for it, so I'm going to have that up here as soon as that comes out. But that said, those are all the books that I picked up this week. Again, once again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and if you got this far, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and share the video, and I will see everybody next week with another weekly haul video. See ya.